These three statistics might make you want to not go back to work tomorrow. Now, I am Ari Talbleeb. I'm the host of the Early Retirement Podcast. So some people think that I'm always telling people, you got to quit work, work sucks. That's not what I say. And I actually have a phrase that I try to illustrate why I don't believe in that. I use a phrase called recreational employment. I just want everyone to know, are you working because you want to or because you have to? And if you have to work, the question is, when can that stop? Through good planning financially. When are you in a spot to make that optional? Or when are you in a spot to shift to a different career? Maybe it pays less, but you enjoy it more. Maybe you decide, hey, it turns out I'm willing to spend less if that means I don't have to work as long. Many of you go, no, I go the other direction. I'm willing to work longer because I really want to spend and live my dream retirement. Okay, great. I just want you to know, when is that possible? So these are some statistics that just might surprise you. And so I want to tell them to you because it might make you actually go, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to try to save more, or I'm actually in a better spot than I thought as I look at my numbers, and maybe I am working unnecessarily. So I hope this gives you some insight. Let's hop in. If you're looking, once again, for more content regarding early retirement, specifically tax strategy, estate planning, withdrawal rates, healthcare, about 25% of you that watch this channel are subscribed and 75% are not. So I encourage you to subscribe if you like content like this. And if you don't like content like this, then do not subscribe. Or if you think I'm a perfect human, which I'm far from that, you can see I stuttered over my words just a few seconds ago. That's what this content's all about. I am coming at it raw. I am not coming in with, hey, here's my script of what I'm going to read for today's video. I love this stuff. My parents were burned by a few advisors. I became an advisor. I want to educate and try to entertain at the same time because I believe in keeping life fun as much as possible. Let's hop in. Please know this should be not construed as one-on-one financial advice. This is for fun, educational, informative purposes only. But yes, I do hope it is informative so that you can make a good decision when it comes to your retirement. The first compelling statistic is what we call the golden years. Do you even know what the average life expectancy is? It's 77. Now, I hope all of you live a very long time, but I do not want you to get to 75 with $10 million. And I do not want you mad at me going, why didn't you tell me I should have retired earlier? I was in a fine spot to do so. I told you my health wasn't great. Okay, well, yeah, it's easy for you to say that, but I also don't want you to be mad at me going, hey, why didn't I plan for the fact that maybe I'm going to live till 95 or 100? So we just need to be honest. If we know we're not in good health and we think, hey, maybe there are 10, 15 more years left. Okay, well, don't get down in the, I forget what they call it, down in the trenches or down in the bushes or whatever it is. Don't get down on yourself, Debbie Downer, whatever you want to call it. Because the reality is, it's now time to start living. How much would you love to spend? Let's do it. And let's also make sure if you do live longer than you anticipate, you're going to be okay. You can do both of those things. Now, I told you the average life expectancy. Those are not the golden years. So how many of your years are actual healthy years where you can do what you want to do? Now, I'm defining this as major, illness or chronic condition where you can't live your dream life. That number is 63.1 years, according to this study. This means that those who traditionally retire at the age of 65 have less than 10 years of truly healthy years, which is why, as I talk about early retirement planning, some of you retire at 60. I call early anytime before 65. So some of you retire at 60, 55, 50. The truth is, I want you to know the earliest time work is optional, because if you are spending time with family and friends and traveling, good luck quantifying the impact that has on your health. And by the way, I've tried in Excel because I'm a nerd like that, and I'll share it with some of you guys later because you've asked about it. But this is something that I do not want you to take lightly, which is, hey, am I really in a spot to retire early? Well, no way. Look at my friends. They're still working and they have a, smaller home than me. And so there's no way. Or, looks like they spend way more on vacations and I think I have less money than them. So there's no way I could retire. That is all head trash. You have no idea if you want to spend way less. You have no idea if they want to leave $2 million to 5 different children you don't know about. There's so many moving pieces. Don't just make the mistake of kind of cheating and cheating yourself is what I mean. It's like in soccer, which is what I play all the time. There's a drill called suicides where you have to start at basically where the goal is and then go to the 6-yard line and then run back, and then to the 18-yard line and run back, then halfway and then run back. And I will run next to some people that cut corners and they're just cutting themselves. The coach doesn't really care. The coach just cares that they're fit. So yeah, they think they're beating us. They're not beating anyone. And so the point here for you is like, don't cut corners on yourself by not running a plan analysis to see when you really can make work optional. Now, don't get it twisted. I've seen people retire too early, and that's a big risk as well. And what they're doing, the people that retire too early, is they'll put all their money into the S&P 500. And then if that doesn't do well, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not okay. And I guess I could get a part-time job, or they forget about healthcare, or they do too many things at once where they do a home remodel and travel and kids college. And now all of a sudden so much pressure is on their portfolio, and they got unlucky because markets went down. So now they're like, look, I just don't know if we're going to be able to make it long-term in the way we want to. So yes, certainly I don't want you to retire too early, but I think way too many of you, especially watching these videos, look, you're go-getters, you're good savers. You're spending your time educating yourself right now, watching this, my crazy self. And so you can see here, this kind of key 63.1 years of healthy years as an average. Obviously you want to extend yours, and I want to extend mine. It just means we should plan accordingly. Number 2, the lost time effect. The average American spends 90,000 hours a week at work. That is the equivalent to 45 years of working 40-hour weeks. Workers who retire 10 years earlier, they reclaim 20,800 hours of personal time, non-work time, whatever you want to call it. That's enough time to travel the entire world twice, learn 5 new languages fluently. Maybe it would take me a little bit longer. I am a slow learner, but I love stuff. So I find I learn things faster than other people because I get obsessed with it. Or spending 2,600 additional days with family and friends. So yeah, those are some fun statistics. But no, the reality is time goes quickly. It's the only non-renewable currency. Let's make sure that we're aware of how this works. And then my favorite one, the wealth surplus paradox. This one's crazy. You guys ready for this? Can't really respond to me because it's YouTube. But if I was on a live show, I would make you guys go, I'm ready. Okay, enough with the jokes. The study that I'm going to reference, this comes from the National Bureau of Economic Research, found that 46% of Americans die with virtually an identical net worth to when they retired, or more. Otherwise said, they spent years sacrificing time with family and friends to accumulate wealth that they never used. Oh, but Ari, what about our legacy goals? We're using those. Okay, great. But if your net worth is $3 million when you retire and your net worth is $3 million, is that your goal? For some of you, you're like, yep, that's me. I want to leave that amount to my children. But most of you are like, no, I want my children to be okay, but I want them to make their own money. I'd love to leave them something, maybe help out with a down payment or something like that, but they're already going to get our residence. They don't also need $2 million of investments. So here's the critical point. This is the takeaway in one sentence. Many people overestimate how much they need and underestimate the value of time and health, especially in those healthy years. And for some extra fun to end this out, look at my screen right here. So this is a thread inside of the community. In the community we call the Root Collective. This is a free community any of you guys can join to get ideas from other people who have retired early, including clients that I work with. So I put out this post saying, imagine you didn't have to go back to work on Tuesday. What would you spend your time doing? If you knew you didn't have to go back after the long weekend, share with others. There's some really good ideas in here. Exercise and reading, woodworking, photography, skiing for 2 weeks. Someone said just die in disbelief that that's possible. I'm currently planning a trip for the summer. Both kids are in college, and it's possible that if the older one gets a job, it's our last summer all together. Yet they value time. He's a history nut, and we're planning to hit many World War II sites. Love that. This is a good one I just want to reference. Someone said, I'd probably just be glued to CNBC and staring at my accounts all day to figure out if there were any options to sell or positions. So he said pretty much the same thing I'm doing now. I'm slowly trying to cut back on monitoring my accounts. So I'll ask this person like, hey, when you're 90, do you think you'll look back loving how much time you spent watching CNBC? Or would you rather spend time with family or friends or fishing or whatever it is you want to do? You can see here, what are some other great ideas? Going skate skiing. I didn't even know that was a thing. Make a tea time, of course. I retired in October 2023, and now I realize that Sundays are not filled with anxiety about going back to the office and seeing what I have to face. We just got back from a month in Thailand, and now we're working on getting that new Class B van ready to go on trips this summer and spring. I'm heading over to my farm next week for my yearly stay and travel a bit there. I'd set up my application to work with Root. That's pretty funny. I would die in ecstasy as I'm desperately looking forward to retirement. Spending 90 minutes in the gym. Just not thinking about work to begin with. Love that. No alarm clock. Spend more time outdoors, going places warm. You guys get the point. There's a lot of different cool things. A lot of people talking about travel and that kind of thing. So these statistics, these are not for you to go, oh my gosh, I have to retire tomorrow. You're right. Time is the most important thing. It's like, yes, time is the most important thing. But I've seen people that go, my health is everything. I'm retiring tomorrow. And then they're like, hey, I don't really know if I can spend what I want the rest of my life. So don't like let motivation take over entirely. Still use an advisor or software or something to make sure you have a plan that tells you you're in a good spot. But then really do think about it, because it's easier not to. It's easier for me to not make this video and say, guys, look at another case study. I've only done 4,000. How about this 4,001? This is the best one I'm going to do. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to probably do that anyways. But the reality is these are statistics that many of you are just not aware of, that I want you to at least know. These actual healthy years. Oh my gosh, most people pass away with a higher net worth or the same. I just didn't even know that was a reality. I could learn 5 new languages if I retired early. Obviously, some of these are assumptions based off a million things. But hopefully you got some new ideas, and let me know what you think. If you like this video, please do like the video if you liked it. That was like Inception right there. If you're like, this sucks, you never have to watch these videos again. I try to make these fun and educational and entertainment. I love getting to do them, and I would do them whether you guys watch them or not. It's just more fun because you do watch them, that I get to take your comments and I get to make videos on those. So I feel like I get to make it for you. So it's even extra exciting. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time.